In our first session, we discussed the 5 types of equations and the simple harmonic motion, and also we discussed 2 questions. So this is our second day. Today we are going to discuss few more questions and the simple harmonic motion. So the first one I have selected is, this is the question, you can read it. An elastic string of length A and modulus of elasticity mg is fixed to a point O and a particle of mass m from opposite end. This mass is released from rest at capital P, where P is a by 2 distance below O. So this elastic string is connected to a point O its natural length is A. Natural length A. Modulus of elasticity is given as mg. Particle mass is also m. So first we have to show, when we release this particle at P, it will continue a simple harmonic motion. Let me take this as the natural length, which is A. Point P is somewhere here. This is A. Point P is somewhere here. From this point, the particle is released from rest. Initial velocity is 0. Now we can find the velocity of the particle when it reaches the natural point of the string, because until this point, the mass will move down under gravity. Still, there is no simple harmonic motion. The particle is moving down under gravity. Therefore, we can apply our equations of motion. What is the first equation I can apply? I can apply v square equal u square plus 2as down from P to, let's take this point as A, P to A. Then the final velocity is marked as v. There is no initial velocity. 2 times acceleration is gravitational acceleration. Distance moved is a by 2. From P to A, the distance is a by 2. Then we can say velocity is square root GA. Now we can find the time taken for this particle to move from P to A. For that, I can use S equals ut plus half at squared from P to A downwards. Distance moved is a by 2. There is no initial velocity. This term becomes 0. Half into acceleration is gravitational acceleration. Time we have to calculate. 2 get cancelled. Then time t. What is this time? P to A time. TPA is equivalent to A over G square root. This is the time taken by the particle to move from P to A. Now, after reaching point A, there is a certain velocity for the particle. Therefore, this particle will start moving down by expanding this elastic string. Now it's going to stretch. It is going to stretch like this vertically downwards. Now I am going to consider a general point like this, where the mass is located at this moment. Weight downward is mg, upward tension is there. Now I can apply F equals ma downwards. Then the force downwards, force to down is mg, upward force is tension. Extension, I could mark extension. I have to mark the extension from A to our general location where I have taken, where the mass is now. Since simple harmonic motion is started from A, I have to draw this x from that point. Therefore, acceleration is x double dot. Now I can substitute the value for tension. Tension is modulus of elasticity of the string into extension at this moment, which is x, over its natural length, which is A. Now we can cancel m in all the terms, and we can say m is not equal to 0. Then we can subject x double dot, and we have to take x as the first term inside the bracket. Therefore I have to consider this minus dx over a term first, and take minus g over a, everything except x out as our common factor. Except x, I have to take everything with this minus sign as the common factor. Then the second term will be minus a. Multiply these two, minus into minus, plus g over a into a get cancelled, we have plus g. This is correct. Now we can see clearly this is the characteristic equation of a simple harmonic motion. Now we can write our statement. This is in the form of a characteristic equation of simple harmonic motion, where omega square, the constant, is g over a, and center, which is our x, we have to equate this bracket into 0, equate this bracket to 0, and the value of x will give you a. So that is the center of the simple harmonic motion, x equals a. Now the second part is to find the amplitude of this motion. For that we have to apply this equation. Center of the simple harmonic motion is A. That means x becomes A. X is measured from our capital A point. Let me mark the center point as B here, which is A below capital A point. This is the center of the simple harmonic motion. Now I have to apply this equation for point A, because the velocity of the simple harmonic motion is known only at point A. We know the velocity only at point A. Therefore, I have to apply this equation for point A. At point A, the velocity is square root GA. Velocity V is calculated here, that is square root GA. We have to take the square, then it becomes GA equal omega square. Value of omega is G divided by A. Amplitude unknown. X. Now what is X? X is the distance to point A. X is the distance to point A because I have applied this equation at point A. So we have to take the distance to point A from center of simple harmonic motion. Distance between center of our simple harmonic motion, this is the center point, to point A. What is the separation? It is simple A. Then we have to consider its square. G get cancelled. Once again, G not equals to 0. Cross multiply. We have simple A square equals capital A square minus A square. Now A is square root 2A. This becomes 2A square when we take the square root. Square root 2A is our amplitude. That means if I mark the lowest point of this simple harmonic motion as C, that will be root 2A below the center of the simple harmonic motion. Amplitude is the minimum reachable distance by the simple harmonic motion from its center. Amplitude is root 2A. Therefore, center to minimum reachable point is root 2A below. Okay, now I can complete the arc in order to obtain the angle. Angle of motion. For that, I have to select the lowest point of the simple harmonic motion and complete the arc like this. Then what is the next step? I have to connect the finishing point of the simple harmonic motion with the arc. Finishing point is at A. This will start its motion at P to A, that is a motion under gravity, because the natural length of the string is simple A up to capital A point. Therefore, from P to A, it will move down under gravity. After A, it will stretch downwards and it will move up again. And when it reaches capital A, the string is going to fold. String is going to become slack. After point A, particle is again moving under gravity. Therefore, simple harmonic motion exists between capital A and C. Then A is the maximum point where the particle moves under simple harmonic motion. Minimum point is C. Then third line should be center to this point. The line I am drawing to construct my sector. Now this is the simple harmonic motion sector we have. Then this will be the angle covered by the simple harmonic motion. Covered angle. After that, looking at the expression that we have to obtain, we have to mark an angle theta. But here, not like the previous examples we discussed, here the expression is not having a sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse part. Therefore, we can't think the exact angle that I'm going to mark as theta. In other words, here in this problem, I can mark my theta anywhere. That means, what are the two places that I can mark my theta? Either here, this point, or here. to any location, any selected point, any selected angle, I will get the answer. That's why they have not given a sine inverse, cos inverse thing like in previous examples we discussed. Therefore, I will mark my theta here. You can mark theta here also. Now we know this side. This is the right angle triangle corresponding to this theta. This is adjacent side. We know our amplitude. Amplitude of motion is root 2a, which is marked here, which is equivalent to this side. From here to here to here, both lengths are equal because B is the center of motion. Then these two becomes 2 radii. Therefore, this is also an amplitude which is root 2a. Now, what is this side corresponding to this theta angle in this right angle triangle? That is our hypotenuse. Therefore, I can apply cos ratio because we know adjacent side and hypotenuse. Adjacent side of hypotenuse is cos. Cos theta is a divided by root 2a. That becomes 1 over root 2. Then what is the angle of theta where cos ratio becomes 1 over 2? That is 45. Sine 45, cos 45. That is 1 over root 2. Therefore, theta angle which I have marked here is 45, pi by 4. Now we have to find this total time. Show that the particle will reach P again after this time. It was dropped at P, it reaches C and again comes back to P. Now here I have found time taken by this particle to move from P to A. P to A motion time is obtained. Now we have to find motion time from A to C. Time A to C. In simple harmonic motion, we know time is calculated from this equation, angle covered divided by omega. Now what is the angle covered in this motion? This is that angle which can be written 180 minus theta because this total angle is 180. 180 minus this small theta will give you the angle covered by the simple harmonic motion. Pi minus theta over omega. What is theta? Theta is pi by 4 over omega. 5 minus pi by 4 is 3 pi by 4. Here we have omega in denominator. What is our omega? Omega is square root of this fraction, that is square root g over a. Square root g over a is in denominator. Then I can write it as square root a over g. Since omega is in denominator, when I write omega in numerator, I have to write its reciprocal. I have to take the reciprocal of omega. Okay, this is the time taken by the particle to move from A to C. Now what is the total time? Total time is 2 times time taken to move from P to A and time taken to move from A to C. Twice of that. Now we can substitute TPA, that is square root A over G, TAC, that is square root A over G times 3 pi by 4. Now here we can see square root A over G is taken out as the common factor, and there is no 2 in common factor. That means they have multiplied 2 with these two terms. When I take A over G, there is 1 remaining. When I multiply 1 by 2, that is 2 here, plus when I multiply 3 pi by 4 by 2, we are left with 3 pi by 2. This is the expression they have given. Now we have calculated our expression. Take a screenshot. This is the full answer. for this question. So this question was given in 1988. 1988 A level.